Okay, folks, one of the games I have been looking forward to this evening, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. Some great jams, so if you have that Strise Jam emote, get that popping in chat. And again, thank you for the support, everybody, so far. It looks like True Ending is going to be the category Ryan Ford is running for us this evening. So I will pass it over to you and take it away.
All right, hello and welcome everybody. Hours earlier and just fine the whole time, and then of course right before the marathon run. Okay, is the stream back live now?
It looks like it is back live here. So everybody pray to the internet gods for Ryan Ford.
Yeah, for real.
Put your your internet chants in chat and pray for the best here.
Yep.
So worst case scenario, if it cuts out during the run, it seems like it comes back. So
yeah, so I might just stop in the run and and wait for it to come back, maybe if it happens again. But
if it happens again, we got this. We got this.
Yeah, because I swear I streamed 7 hours since this morning and didn't have a single I didn't drop any frames the entire shit even. So
no worries at all. Well, I will pass it back to you and give us that countdown when you're ready to go there.
All right, so yet again, yeah, just reintroducing, yeah, it's Ryan Ford running DKC2 True Ending category since y'all donated for it. So much appreciated. So yeah, we can get the timer started. I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so True Ending. So it's one of the 4 main categories from the speedrunning community, and with this category, basically, we're going to beat the so King K. Rool. So the second time you fight him, or Captain K. Rool in this game, sorry. So the second fight is what gives you the good ending, and we're gonna be doing a cheat to get all of the creme coins, which you normally would get from you get 1 for completing a bonus in a level, and from each boss that you beat. So normally you'd have to beat K. Rool 1 as well. So there's the creme coin cheat. So that gives 75 creme coins, which is enough to play all of the Lost World levels. And you need to beat all 5 Lost World levels to unlock the second fight with K. Rool, basically. And yeah, so there's gonna be some difficult levels. 1 Lost World level each from worlds 2 through 6. So yeah, it's 5 levels. And yeah, so we're gonna probably barely play any of World 6 and not World 7 at all, basically. Alright, so a lot of these levels gonna mostly do any percent peck to get through them. So just now I did what's called a beetle clash to get an invisible object. And with that, there's an invisible warp barrel below where you start in that level. And if you load certain things in a certain order, you can kind of manipulate the game's IDs to affect something nearby you. So you move the warp barrel and to shoot you out and kind of wrong warp you out of the level. Oh shoot, so I missed a trick here called Luck Jaw. So you can jump into that warp barrel when you're dropping down from the top, but it's not as easy as it looks, actually. Because there's a weird mechanic when you're rolling off of edges. If you touch a wall when you roll off of an edge, then you will end up falling straight down, and you can't move to the side even when you clear past the wall. So, oh, this is not good. All right, so let's try another wrong warp with another beetle clash setup, but unfortunately I missed the throw with that 1 beetle since my Whoa, what the heck? My position was way off, is what I was gonna say. And yeah, so for whatever reason, I just dropped straight down instead of down and right there. So at least I didn't take damage, because I do want to fight this boss with Dixie and have Dixie in the front. Because whenever you beat bosses, or when you hit those goal targets, like that one I hit at the end of that level, if you hit them from high enough, it causes a fanfare to happen. So either Dixie will have a guitar solo, or Diddy will have a rap. And Dixie's guitar solo is faster than Diddy's fanfare. So I think it's like 3 seconds, like a bit over 3 seconds faster to like end these boss fights with Dixie, basically. And there I got perfect RNG from Crow. So the last 2 cycles, when he bonks the nest, you have a 50% chance to get a fake egg or a real egg. And you can get like pretty much an indefinite amount of fakes. So world record for fake eggs is 19. My PB is like 14, I think, from Maroon. And the third cycle you lose 2.5 seconds per fake, and then fourth phase you lose 2 seconds per fake. So a lot of like top runners might reset after like 2 fakes total, or maybe 3. So here's the first Lost World level, Jungle Jinx, and usually when people do like a first time playthrough, if they get to this level, like usually people have a hard time, because like these spikes are pretty dangerous, and the edges also some of these edges, like the sloped ones, are like really weird, and they kind of like will kill your roll speed or like eat your jumps sometimes, so a little bit of jank there as well. So I'm gonna be trying for a trick here called Scrolly Scroll. Alright, cool, I got it. So I don't know, the camera kind of like freaks out when you shoot out of that barrel and land on the tire without landing on the ground, and then the camera will scroll really fast to the right. Pretty much until you beat the level, or until you take damage from an enemy. So I was also trying really hard to not take damage with Diddy, to like keep the scrolly scroll going as well. And there's a point where I jumped 2 times just to keep the camera from moving forward before the tire could get there for me to jump off it. And that previous level, I just did a trick called so Team Throw Super Jump, also known as the Big Boy, where if you throw a Kong into an enemy, and then as they're coming back to you, after they hit the enemy, if you jump, let go of the jump button, and then repress and hold the jump button, then when they come back to you, then you'll jump again in there. So I was able to do 2 jumps to get the warp barrel from the underside instead of going above and then down. I forget how much time that saves, like 3 seconds over not going for it. Yeah, I think you lose like 6 if you fail it, so yeah. And yeah, so a lot of these warp barrels, I'm kind of taking them like how you regularly would, because every level in World 1 and World 2 has a dev intended warp barrel. So for some of the levels we just take them, and then some levels we do wrong warp strats. Which in this world I only did it in the first level, so along with a trick called 2-1 jump. Which, I don't know, because the level, people call it 2-1, so that's why the jump is called 2-1 jump. So yeah, and I've got, got Cleaver. So there's a bit of RNG in this fight, like where the cannonballs will spawn. There's like 4 different positions that they can spawn. And, of course, generally the closer to the edge they are, then the more time you save, but it's a very minuscule amount for getting like good luck versus bad luck. Like maybe, I'm assuming that you maybe save like at best like 2 seconds with like best RNG over worst RNG. I could be wrong about that though. I think it might even be like less than 2 seconds. So here's the final hit. So yeah, now So yeah, for some of these shorter categories, like true ending and any percent, usually World 1 and World 2 are kind of slow moving, since it's usually just like, you know, take the warp at the start and then finish the level. So there won't be any intentional warps left for the rest of the run. So if I ever do any like warps in a level, it's like always going to be a wrong warp. And some of them are pretty difficult. And for the rest of this run, like a lot of them generally save a lot of time and like lose a lot if you miss them. So gotta be careful. So now I've got Rambi here, which it's definitely a community split between Heck Rambi and Love Rambi. I'm definitely on the Heck Rambi camp because I already made a mistake as soon as I mounted on him. That's why, basically. And yeah, so it's a little faster to dismount off of him instead of going through the no Rambi sign. Which there is also a global emote called Heck Rambi, but it's one word, but both words are, you know, first letter of each word is capital. So I didn't get the G on the swamp fly there. It's actually, technically it's optimal to be lower and not get the G by a few frames, but usually you want to get the G for swag. And yeah, so normally you want to do the first half of this level with one Kong because of lag reduction, but for marathon safety, I'm just gonna, you know, get Diddy at the start because I mean it probably saves like less than a second from like lag difference to go with one Kong, and then, you know, if I make one mistake then I could die and then have to start the level over, so might as well take it safe. Also, when I'm playing longer categories, a lot of times I just opt to get Diddy at the start because, you know, I don't want to reset after like almost 20 minutes of like getting here and then, you know, die to one error. So there was Francis the Fish. That guy can be a jerk sometimes if you don't move correctly. Then you can, like, when he tries to lunge at you, he might move backwards in your way and kind of like block that little crevice that I swam through. And yeah, this level actually is pretty difficult to optimize as well because you want to have like a good swimming path, and also you really don't want to bonk like walls. You don't want to bonk walls, but you also want to take corners as tightly as possible too, without bonking them, because pretty much like lose all your speed if you clip into like touch a wall basically, especially on the horizontal. Ooh, thanks Seancast for the GLHF. Good sir. It's my it's one of my tutors for Super Metroid speedrunning, actually. Which yeah, he'll be running Subversion later on, so on the final day or second last day, I think. So definitely recommend checking it out. Alright, and there did a kind of complicated wrong warp. I think that one saves like 25 seconds if I recall correctly. Over finishing the level warpless. It's weird. It's like one of the newer wrong warp setups where so there's like a property with when I'm getting wrong warped, like in general, if you do a lot of these wrong warps in version 1.0 of the game, then it causes like a soft lock to happen where you keep just like the game will keep just like trying to repeatedly shoot you out of the barrel, and there's kind of like a flashing effect that happens, and you're just stuck there. But on revision, so version 1.1 of this game, then for them to, what they did to counteract those crashes from happening is it just ejects you out of the level. Even though the level technically isn't counted as completed, like you don't gain any percentage for when you wrong warp out of a level, but you can also advance to the next level. So that's kind of all we need in like these categories that are not 102% basically. So because of that, then yeah, we play on version 1.1 because the wrong warps save a ton of time. Whereas in 102%, then we play in version 1.0, and also in warpless, I think. Also 1.0 is optimal. Ooh, Mystery Man. What's up? Cousin Catnip, thank you for the raid as well. And I assume that there's an exclamation point donate command for this. If I'm wrong, my bad. I forgot to ask earlier. Alright, so Black Eyes Battle. I think this level is really cool to look at when you do it well. Unfortunately I got hit. But, ooh. Okay, bit of a rough death because I died like right before the midway barrel, so I gotta start from the start of the level. But oh, I can't swap on these slopes, can I? Oh, I can actually. Never mind. Whoops. All right, so since I got this messed up Kong order a little bit, need to kind of get back my bearings here. What? Okay, I didn't mean to drift that far to the right. That was kind of a misinput there. Okay, 2 deaths. It's fine, we'll keep it pushing. This time I'll try to do better. So yeah, what's really cool is like how you can't really like see below you, so it's like, you know, memorization and like muscle memory, like going through the level. But this level can be pretty dangerous if you make mistakes. And since they roll off of ledges sometimes as well, sometimes you want to avoid touching the wall as you're dropping down, because of how I mentioned in Lockjaw's Locker. If you roll into a wall when falling, then you can't move horizontally even after you've cleared past the wall. So it can be really dangerous to drop straight down and then, like, you know, possibly fall onto a B. Oh, I have no idea why my roll didn't input there. I just like slid off for no reason. But this game has a pretty big like buffer window for jumping, and like a smaller buffer window for rolls, but it's still like pretty big. So like I try to preemptively buffer when I landed, but it didn't like buffer, which is pretty odd. But yeah, just need to revisit that level to grab Diddy back, because want to do a wrong warp here that saves a lot of time, and I need to do the super jump, which was caused by swapping in the water, which also passes the trigger that makes the water rise up as well. So you're gonna be able to drop down to this bonus barrel below, which normally is supposed to be covered by water, and we use that to wrong warp, because I think it saves like 40 seconds over doing that level warpless, so it's pretty huge. So even though I probably lost like 10 seconds having to go back into Black Ice Battle and get Diddy back, since I lost him right at the end, then it's still worth it by a lot. That wrong warp is a pretty big killer for like any percent runners at like at the low to mid level, like especially. It's like very common when you're watching people and you'll see their runs die. Like everyone goes through it, like with a lot of these like mid game to late game wrong warps. Like I still occasionally fail it, but it's like I think I have a decently high consistency of not failing it as well. But it still happens sometimes. And yeah, so yeah, we got a meme about how this song reminds everyone of their childhood. So press 1 if you had a childhood. And there I did a Vine clip. So with the big boy that I mentioned in Cannon's Claim, I did the same thing, which kind of some of the brambles that are above don't have hitbox that can damage you. So if you have enough height, you can barely like team throw like Dixie through the vine. But yeah, you do need to do a big boy to get enough height for that. And yeah, so this boss fight's kind of a snooze fest. It's like about a minute and a half of like kind of nothing really going on. Like a glorified auto-scroller, more or less. Oh, 1 second. Okay, to say one. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do I have a quick second for a donation?
Sure.
So we got a $50 US donation from S. Herzog. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, keep it coming, everybody, if you can. But yeah, the only thing really for this fight, like, to optimize is how I'm, like, kind of walking underneath Cudgel with Dixie, and I'm kind of using, like, the back of her throw animation to hit him a little sooner when he lands. Probably saves, like, generate saves roughly around 20 frames per cycle, so, like, you know, like 2 seconds over the whole fight. Which is not a huge amount for how long this fight is, but you know, saving a little bit. But it's very easy to mess up a cycle doing that, and you can lose like maybe like 10 seconds if you have to repeat a cycle. So we have another meme where we're like, yeah, never sleep on the muscle. so you can see how muscular he is. Skip leg day though, I think. Alright, so Hornet Hole. It's actually like about half a second faster to swap to Diddy and do this first half with Diddy, but it's significantly easier to do it with Dixie. So like even like top runners, like a lot of them will do just do it with Dixie. Like there are some that opt to do it with Diddy, but like I think even like in the world record, I think Leftover uses Dixie if I recall correctly. Unless if he changed strats in like one of his like more recent runs. So yeah, here's another scrolly scroll. I think that's a more like infamous one for people that know any percent. And yeah, so caused the camera to freak out yet again by dismounting off of Squitter, the spider, and having a web platform underneath a hook, and then grabbing the hook and remounting on him while holding the hook, and it like for whatever reason like glitches out the camera. And then I took damage at the end of it to make the camera stop moving to the right, otherwise you can't go back to the left to finish the level, so it's pretty important. So here's another auto scroller as well, which is like a bit over a minute, I think. And yeah, the slight optimizations you can do is like jumping off of these carts a little early and landing on the next one sooner to like save a few frames. If you jump too early though, you can die, and you know, dying in an auto scroller, it's kind of rough. And additionally, there's some flitters that are like the dragonflies that are kind of optional to hit. There's like 2 of them that you can skip over them throughout the level, and they each save half a second. So this one you can jump over for the mid barrel. So that one saves time, and then one of the last jumps in the level you can skip over one of them too. And unfortunately, not grabbing the Kong letters because to get the K at the start of the level, since you have to jump off of a dragonfly, I heard it loses 2 frames because of like when you kill enemies, there's like a slight like freeze frame. So, or like the game kind of like freezes for like 2 frames when you hit an enemy. So I didn't get it. I could have, honestly, because I've lost way more than like 2 frames to a lot of stuff. I grabbed the swag balloon because so that swag balloon, if you hit that barrel underneath, then you'll lose a Kong. So usually people are like, say no to swag, which usually I skip it in runs that are going well, but marathons I usually swag balloon, or if I'm like really behind like PB, then I'll like maybe do it. It's not that hard to hit it with Diddy. Dixie, it's like a 4-frame window or something though. So there's another wrong warp, Bramble Scramble. So that's another one, like whenever I'm watching runners, like that wrong warp is often a run killer, like around like the mid-level, or like when you're like above average. Above average, but not like super top level or something. It's often like people will get like 4th try on that, so honestly, if you're starting out to run this game, like don't feel bad about missing that a bunch of times, because again, like everyone goes through it. And yeah, so Rickety Race. So to save a bit of time, whenever there's steeper slopes, I'm gonna be jumping down slopes like that instead of riding down the slope. And every category is pretty much the same. Like you want to get first place. There's no checkpoint in this level, so you really want to avoid dying. Which this guy, the number 2 guy, he I don't know, if you're a little slow, you can possibly like bounce off of him into a pit, or if you like make mistakes, so it can be dangerous if you don't like hit him right away. And there's first place for the DK coin. I gotta remember to swap to Diddy. Sometimes I forget, so yeah, so a lot of times, so Diddy's run speed is actually faster than Dixie, both on the ground and in the air. So when they're both rolling, they move at the same speed. But damn it. Yeah, so that second roll I did through that enemy is It's pretty tight. It's like a 6-frame window to not end up like falling down in between those two gaps. So I think I might have rolled like slightly late or something. Not 100% sure, but wanted to try to do it once. It saves only like 11 frames or something, but you know, whenever I'm like on a good run, I often don't go for it because I'm like afraid exactly that will happen. So, oh, this one I always go for, but dang, I guess I rolled a little early there. So yeah, also this level, Mudhole Marsh, is most top runners will probably like have this like somewhere within their like top 5 hardest levels in the run to optimize. Because yeah, it's pretty easy to die everywhere, and also a lot of like the little time saves are like, you know, you're very close to dying like anytime that you're doing them. Yeah, so I accidentally picked up that chest, so I was like, well, I'm gonna just okay, I rolled too early there again. I was gonna die if I tried that strat again. Gonna grab this because there is a DK barrel here, and I didn't mean to lose Diddy, of course. And we try to moonwalk here to cause the camera to take a little longer to scroll over to the right to spawn that Sonic or the Cat O' Nine Tails a little later. And I did another one to delay when the barrel was spawning from the cannon, the enemy shooting. Alright, so here's next Lost World level. Admittedly, I didn't practice this, so I hope this goes well. Clobber Carnage. Well, I ran a different category in a marathon like 2 days ago, so like should be good. That had this level, except that I don't need to do the bonus in this one, so at least there's that as well. There's a little less for me to even have to do. So I feel like I should be still fine in terms of muscle memory. But yeah, so since Dixie can hover over a lot of stuff here in this level, then RTA, so real-time runs usually just use Dixie, even though I'm pretty sure TAS uses Diddy because it's like faster, because he moves faster. So there, did an invisible object to make that barrel shoot me really far and skip that whole auto-scroll. And I'm going to be trying for another one right here. I might have dropped that barrel too far to the left. Oh, no, barely good enough. Alright, cool. Alright, nice. Hit both invises, which is pretty huge, because I think each one saves like close to 20 seconds, rather than going through like these whole auto-scrollers, so... yeah, it's kind of concerning to miss one, and usually if I miss the first one, I almost always miss the second one after it runs. The second one's usually the one that like messes me up in general, but like usually if I do miss the first one, I miss both like almost always. So Rammy Rumble, the name is foreshadowing a certain character that should be hecked. All right, anyway, gonna be doing a big boy here to actually skip a lot of the level. Like normally you're supposed to go to the right, climb all the way up, then drop down, then climb up here. But you can skip that by having the camera like move a bit so you can like grab the hook that I grabbed. You can also do an easier variant and like just damage, like team up, do a team throw and take damage from the enemy that I did a big boy off of. It's a way easier strat, but you also have to take damage, so it's a little less safe afterwards. And I'm used to doing big boys anyway, so it's fine. So Ramby, so I did what's called the death jump right there. So that was a pit underneath, but if you manage to go far enough to the left, then the camera will scroll down as normal, like as if like when normally you're supposed to go up and around and then scroll the camera down, but you can go from the underside and save a small amount of time. It's like a 5-frame window, I heard, so if you're early or late, then you're just dead, because either you won't scroll the camera far enough and it'll still be a pit, or you won't jump and just run into the pit, so either or. But I go for it like every run, and like, I don't know, I miss it like maybe like 2 times a year on average, so it's like not that bad. Or not that bad for me, anyway. I did miss it in, like, the kind of recent run as well. Oh! Never sleep on the king. Community meme. So yeah, sometimes it's pretty easy to just miss a shot. Oh god! Speaking of which. And yeah, so 3 hits here. There actually is like a cycle skip where you can hit the small bee early. When he's spawning all of the other small bees around him. There's like 1 frame that you can hit him early, but you know, no one like hits it RTA though. Like really, they can run. People in like their individual level PBs, like IL PBs, like some people have it in there, but it's tough because it's like a single frame and there's like not really like a visual cue or anything, visual or audio cue for like when to shoot. So it's like really tough to get. I've seen people like casually get it by accident when like seeing like casual playthroughs, but yeah. I've seen it at least twice happen, which is wild to me because I've like had to try like maybe 100 times to get it once in practice. Alright, so pretty cozy level. No, it is pretty easy to just slip off of a ledge and die, but like usually after a lot of like tense tricks, in World 4, it's like that level generally feels like a nice breather for me. Except for some odd times when I just like slip off of a ledge. So yeah, I've got a pretty long auto scroller again. I think this is the last last auto scroller in this category since we don't do Castle Crush and True Ending. So it's quite nice. Castle Crush is like the longest auto scroller in like the entire trilogy by a lot. I think like twice as long as the next like longest auto scroller from like DKC2 or something. But normally in categories like any percent or like all stages, there is a wrong warp to beat that level in like 20 seconds though, so it's not all bad. Saving like over 4 minutes from a wrong warp. And yeah, Cackle, not a boss by the way. There's one person in the community that has a emote saying like not a boss by the way or something. So yeah, in the Japanese version, that first B I jumped over. So normally there's 2 Bs on that straightaway. Sorry, there's 1 B in Japanese on that straightaway, and then if I was playing on the US version, there would be 1 extra B there, making that section slightly harder. That's really about it though. And yeah, so a lot of times when there's like slopes, I'm trying to jump up or down, most of them. And jumping through these doors as well, at the top of the door, actually saves quite a bit of time. And yeah, with Diddy, because of his faster run speed, you can just hold Y and right there and just like fall onto the goal. Dixie's actually a little too slow that you have to like roll off the ledge. Otherwise you'll like miss the target. She doesn't drift far enough. Ooh, we got the slower rat roll strat. So yeah, Gusty Glade. I feel like this level's like somewhat cozy once I'm past like the beginning part of the level. I've had a lot of PBs where I've lost a lot of time getting hit like early in the level. See, my current PB in any percent, I think I got hit like twice and I lost like 8 seconds or something. Whoa, I don't know why I turned around there. That kind of scared me, but it's still fine. Oh, I shot too early. I've never in my life died there before. Yeah, so if you shoot a bit too early, then the wind cycle won't change back. Oh, also, when you fall out of that mid-barrel into that automatic barrel there, make sure you're not holding to the side, otherwise you'll just like fall to your death as well. There was a tournament for any percent last year, like early last year, and I saw that happen to a few people where they were just like holding right, and then it's like died again after dying, like near the end of this level. Which, actually, I was commentating a lot of matches for that tournament. Probably like a bit over like a third of like the total matches that got like broadcasted from that event. Like I commentated most of them if they were like outside of top 16, I think. So it's cool to help out. I didn't compete though, but it was cool to help out. So yeah, Parachute Panic. If you know the speedrun for this game, this is like a pretty visually appealing level when done right as well. It is pretty tough, but with practice it feels pretty smooth generally, because you know, it's like all muscle memory. So that last marathon run I did 2 days ago, I actually died near the end, so I'm glad that at least I didn't die here. But yeah, starting out on that level, like when I was first learning this game, I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna be able to like do this level clean. There's a lot of like safety strats in that level though as well that might lose like up to 3 seconds in some parts. So there are ways to get through it like pretty comfortably that don't lose like super huge amount of time as well. And yeah, so Web Woods, another notoriously difficult level. I think casually it's a lot more rough, since usually you won't have these quick web platforms. So if you actually just press like 2 of the web platform buttons, any of 2 of them at the same time, then you can do an instant platform instead of having to like shoot out the web platform, then press the button again to form the platform. And like normally there's a bit of a cooldown for it, like how I just shot those last 2 platforms. And yeah, so what is it, A, R, and L are the 3 buttons that can do it. So if you press like any 2 of those 3 buttons, it'll make an instant platform. Avoid jumps. And yeah, it's very easy to just kind of like slip off and die. I do play the level safe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Do you have a second for a quick couple donations?
Yeah, no problem.
So we have a $20 donation from Carter Freak saying thanks Strizer and all the hosts and runners who helped put this awesome event together. And they're putting that to the remastered 100% for the Love 123 category bid war. And then we had a whopping $500 donation from S. Herzog saying beat cancer.
Hey, let's go. Well, getting like fat amounts of money in currently. Again, actually, that makes you want to say exclamation point donate, by the way. Oh god, am I gonna die? Wow, I actually got perfect RNG in this fight. Too. And a fake death. I hope somebody got food when they saw that. Yo, S. Herzog, there's the legend of right there. These 2 fatty donations. At least while I've been here, anyway. Alright, so gonna be trying for a tough trick. This one's generally a run killer, and I actually forgot to practice it, so yeah, this goes. I haven't like done this trick in probably like 3 weeks or something at least, so I'm pre-johnning. Ooh, that, yep, okay, that was a little too early on the swap. That was almost perfect first try, but I'm surprised I got really far ahead of the baiting the fish. I was like moving better than I normally do. A little too well. But yeah, since I lost Dixie, I couldn't try it again. So it was either I just do the level the normal way with on guard, or I take a death and then try again. But Both are pretty big time losses either way. Okay, that should be good. I had kind of like weird movement when I was baiting the fish that time, but I was able to recover the movement and still do like the 9 bait strat. It's a little faster than doing like making him lunge at you 10 times, so like save a bit. There's also the 8 bait strat, which I think has only been done in world record, but I might be wrong though. So yeah, I probably lost like, I don't know, like 45 seconds to that, but hey, at least I got to show it off though. It's like, I think that's the newest big time save for most categories, like outside of 102. Outside of any categories that involve you needing to do a bonus or get the DK coin in that level, and you do it in any other categories, like any percent, worthless, true ending, like stuff like that. Yeah, so wait, I was gonna say Clobber Carnage, but wrong level. I'm on Animal Antics now, which is another. Okay, I'm gonna play this safe right here. Another notoriously difficult level casually because of this wind section. Yeah, in the speedrun wiki, it just says that the wind is a gimmick, but usually, you know, if you look on the internet, there's like a lot of like complaints about like this windy section here, especially. So, as a speedrun though, oh wow, I actually flew over all those guys without taking damage, so I didn't even need to get hit by the bramble. And there, I wanted to try to get through the B section damage list, but if you take a hit, then you can usually just like muscle through with your invincibility frames to get through. This level though, or this section though, since I'm doing what's called Ratley double jumps, then I occasionally will miss a double jump and just like land on these spikes from like doing a short hop. So, can be scary. I also forgot which Kong that I had. Oh, I didn't do world. Oh my god. I choked. I didn't do. Wow. I'm so sorry. I'm probably gonna go like way overestimate. Maybe. I actually. Oh my god. I forgot that I was supposed to do Fiery Furnace in this category, first and not last, because the other category that I've been running recently is like all DK coins, and you're supposed to do that last, and now I can't backtrack to World 5 either until getting to Funky's flights, so I genuinely don't know what to do, like if I should just like play it out or like mercy kill the run or what, because I'm gonna lose like, I don't know how much time, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe. Well, as I'm saying that now, I've probably, and I've played out like half this level already, but yeah, I don't know. It's up to y'all though. But yeah, I'd have to beat this level, do the Castle Crush Wrong Warp, which is like another 20 seconds, and then Clapper's Cavern, and then Chain Link Chamber Wrong Warp, which is another like 25 seconds, and then I think Funky is accessible after that. So yeah, this is a lot of bonus content, to say the least. And also, this is a very new mistake for me. I guess because I've run like nine different categories for this game. Like some of them I just like played like 1 or 2 days and like grinded it for a small amount, and then there's some that I've done like maybe like 1 or 2 weeks as well. Actually, there is a usually like a donation incentive to do it's a category called, so all stages is like a category extension for true ending. So normally you would do the true ending and then you would reset your game and then do pretty much these levels that I'm doing right now, but you would actually do it all the way to K Rule 1, but
So, I have some info here for you, Ryan.
yep.
I have checked with the fine folks running the rando after yours, and they said go full speed, finish the run. They are a-okay with that.
Alright, I'm so sorry that this happened. I can't believe it. What's funny is, like, before I entered Web Woods, I actually accidentally, like, moved towards that Lost World level on the map, thinking, oh, I'm not supposed to go here. And then I was actually supposed to go there, too. And I, like... My misinput was, like, telling me I needed to go there, I guess. But I didn't listen. Oh my god. Well, I hope that y'all enjoy this anyway, while I, try to clean up the rest. Or, clean up my mistake, I guess. Oh, whoops. I slowed down a little, so I thought my invincibility was gonna run out. So I was trying to not get hit. So I think Funky is after this level, so should be, like, kind of back on track after this level. So, gonna show off a pretty neat wrong warp here, which, I actually did make a video tutorial on the speedrun wiki for this wrong warp. I might redo it, though, because, the video capture is actually, like, really dark on that one, so... I'm talking about doing... Oh, shoot, I messed up. Hold on. Oh my goodness, alright. Alright, well, okay. So I messed this up, but... yeah, talking about certain visual cues, like in the tutorial, but then the screen looks too dark, so it might not be visible. 'Cause, when I was recording for that video, I was not using, unintentionally, I wasn't using S-Video. I was using, composite instead, so it's a little bit darker. Because, whenever I stream games from my NES, then, using composite. Alright, failed it again. Unfortunately, I jumped on the clobber there a little too late, so he turned around, which actually, messes up the IDs for the wrong word. So whenever you miss this, yeah, it loses a lot of time, but you gotta fail the bonus on purpose, to reset it. Ah, I jumped on him too early this time? Oh my gosh. Alright, rough, but... Alright, let me try again, But yeah, putting the guy back in his spot, it's, like, actually pretty funny. I agree. Is that actually salvageable? Yeah, it is, actually. To back it up. If you... Okay, yeah, so there you go. There's the wrong word. And here's Funky. Alright, so, like, what, 3 levels short of all stages category extension. So, that's half of what is sometimes a donation incentive right there. Oh my gosh. Alright, so there's a wrong warp here, which I was actually failing it when trying to practice it before starting this run. I don't know why, like, in marathons particularly, like, doesn't work for me sometimes. I've, what the, I swear I was mashing up and I went, like, left and then down somehow, even though I swear I was pressing up, like, like 8 times. That was weird. Alright, anyways. So now we got K Rule number 2. Did not fight K Rule 1, thanks to the Creme Coin sheet. And, yeah, this fight's about, like, 1 minute and 15 seconds long from when I entered. It's one cycle, but it's just, like, one really long cycle. And, yeah, if you also, like, miss the throw, then you have to do the whole cycle again and lose, like, 1 minute. It's, like, pretty funny. I've, on more than one occasion in marathon runs, have, actually missed the throw. So, hopefully today is not one of those days. Oh no! I choked. It's fine. With Dixie, a lot of the fight is easier since you can hover over a lot of stuff. So, mostly you just have to pay attention. Alright, that's the final. part. And time. Forgot to say that time is coming up. My bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a 47 run or something. I don't have a timer at my end though. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. And I think that's it for me for this event, if I recall correctly. So I guess things to close off with. First off, exclamation point donate and keep the donations coming. And secondly, yeah, if you want to shoot me a follow as well, then all of my socials are Ryan_Ford522. So Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, they're all the same. And
Awesome.
Yeah, I hope that this event goes really well. I'll be trying to catch some more runs throughout the week as well. So I'll see y'all in chat.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate your contribution of Donkey Kong Country 2 true ending plus bonus content.
Okay, I just saw the time. 47:35. Oh my goodness. All right, we're
That
way
was a
over
pretty
estimate.
solid time. All good, all good. Yeah, we appreciate the run. Gotta love the Donkey Kong Country tunes as always. And folks in chat, don't go anywhere because wrapping up the night, we have another awesome run, Chrono Trigger Jets of Time Randomizer. So stay tuned for that.
All right, see you.